Welcome to the show, folks. Welcome to the Double RT Boxing Show. I am your host, Mr. A. Thanks for tuning in. And today's show, we got some topics. Of course, we got to have the famous 12.5 million. That's on the show. We got Katie Holmes' road to undisputed. So if you are a fan of the Irish fighting machine, Katie Taylor, this is going to be a show for you because we're going to talk about her road to getting all 4 belts. We have the Crawford's text to Spence. We could bet on the basketball game, but hey, don't mix with the size. We're going to talk about that. We also have quietly, is the badu, Jack and Stevenson fight in jeopardy? Is it off? We get into those topics right here on the Ready Talk Boxing Show with your host, Mr. A. Now, new viewers, thank you for going a 1 minute in. If you are a new viewer and you are entertained by the end of this show, please subscribe. Everyone who's watching this show, hope you hit a thumbs up. Now let's get into it. We're going to start the show off with a quick little side bit. Jojo Diaz and the Gary Russell Jr. fight is on. It got added to the badu, Jack and Adonis Stevenson card. Now, I'm good for this fight. I'm a fan of Jojo Diaz. I like him. He doesn't have the punch and power. You see him improving as fighting going on. And it's amazing story is he learned how to box from his dad reading boxing books. Now, as he got more advanced in his pro career, they reached out and took advice. But to get where he's at, being trained by a father who had no experience with boxing, wasn't an amateur boxer, just picked up a book, read technique, and applied them to his son, that's hard dedication. So I admire that. Once I heard that story, I became a fan of Jojo Diaz. I watched him fight, saw him progress, and I became a bigger fan. Now, him against Gary Russell Jr., this is excellent because Gary Russell Jr., who's a champion, to me, he's more known for losing against Lomachenko in Lomachenko's second fight than more than his actual skills. The guy got a belt. He doesn't fight, but he talks a lot of shit, a lot of smack, a lot of stuff, a lot of crap. There's no cursing right here on the Double RT Boxing Show with your host, Mr. A, your host of your TV show. Hopefully, I get one at the end of this show. Now, this will be an excellent coming out fight. Even though it's not a coming out part, it'll be an excellent go-getter for Gary Russell because Jojo Diaz is a hot prospect, or a contender, I should say. He's not a prospect, but he has that name. So if Gary Russell could come out here with that reach, with that hand speed, because Jojo Diaz hasn't met no one like Gary Russell. Not the power, not the speed, not the punch variation, the footwork. So it'll be a great chess match. Jojo Diaz is going to have to get in. He won't be able to outbox Gary Russell. He's going to have to get in, take it to him, brawl him up. Gary Russell's going to have to show his speed, show why he is Mr. Gary Russell. So that's an interesting fight. Great fight in my opinion. Now, it was added onto the Adonis Stevenson and badu Jack fight. Now, like I said, is that fight off? Is that fight off? It might be, because there's the whole point of that fight happening was for Alvarez, who was the #1 contender and mandatory for Adonis Stevenson. Still, the guy who still took all that step aside money for the last 2 years, he's still there. Now he agreed again to take that sidestep money, but this time, people, the manager who does manage Adonis Stevenson and Alvarez, he wants $1 million for Alvarez's next 2 fights, combined, not just 1 million a piece. He wants the 1 million combined, so basically 500,000 and two per fight, and he wants within his next fight to fight the winner of the Badu, Jack, and Stevenson's fight. And as of right now, those requests ain't being matched, and that's the only way he steps aside, because he will be, if those requests are met, he's on the undercard of that fight. No, it's in the air, folks. It's booked for May 19th, Stevenson and Jack, but Alvarez ain't quite stepped aside yet. So let's hope that hopefully it gets made, because I want to see Adonis Stevenson and Badu Jack. I think that's a great fight. I think it's a wonderful fight. I always thought if there was anybody who could beat Andre Ward, it was Adonis Stevenson. I know I probably look like a dork, and I hope no one don't leave the show for that. But in boxing, it takes one shot, and we saw Kovalev, what Kovalev's hit can do to Andre Ward. It could drop him. And how did Ward beat Kovalev? In the inside game. Now, being that Stevenson is left-handed, would have basically attached Thor's hammer to Stevenson's hand. So who knows, that easily could rock Ward. And Stevenson has a nice inside game. People do not sleep. Don't use bias hate for Stevenson just cause the dude doesn't fight. It pisses me off too. But this is the Ready Talk boxing show where there is no bias in this realm. This is boxing talk, and we're going to talk about boxing. Now, I believe he had a good enough inside game to match Ward, and he had that power that you cannot count out. But now that Ward is gone, is there another fighter out there with Ward's package? It would probably have to be Badu Jack. Not too fancy. He's not great at nothing, but he does a lot of stuff really well. Good jab, good inside game. He knows how to clinch. He knows how to make it smuggy. You know, Badu Jack is like Andre Ward. Now, can Badu Jack beat Adonis Stevenson? Absolutely. He could beat him the same way me and you think Ward would have beat him. He'd circle away from the left, work the body, work the jab, and then get inside and work. You know, Badu Jack has a body game just like Andre Ward. But the thing is, Adonis Stevenson has that body game. So this is a good fight. You got Adonis Stevenson, who's been holding it down as champion for a long time. Will age catch up to him? We don't know, but that's why Alvarez cannot stop this fight, folks. Let's get this fight made. Let's use our voices. You know, this is a small channel. Obviously, my channel don't have much voice, but you guys could go out there. You know, I know you guys have bigger. You guys watch bigger channels. You could like put the word on them, and hopefully they help it. But right now, this is in jeopardy of not happening, and that's a downer for us. So Alvarez, take your step aside money one more time. Take it one more time. But now that he knows something big is happening, he's getting a little greedy now. He's like, no, I want 500,000 for my step aside money 2 times, and I want to fight the winner. He's getting ballsy with his step aside requests. So that kind of sucks on that part. So let's hope that does not happen. You know, this is the Double RT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr.A. If you like what we just talked about, hit a thumbs up. If you're going to wait for it, you can wait for that thumbs up. I appreciate it. We're moving on to the future, I guess people could say, of the welterweight division. The future fight. Spence, Crawford, Spence. Is Bud talking that truth? Or is the truth too much for that Bud? You know? So earlier during the week, out there on the barbershop conversation, the man Fred, he interviewed Earl Spence, and a random question popped up, and they somehow talked about Crawford, and Spence talked about he had beat him in basketball. Like I said, a real quick question, and just middle of conversation, it just happened. And he said, "Yeah, I beat Crawford. I probably outbox him. I probably just walk him down." And then somehow it got back to whether it got back to Crawford or Crawford watched it himself. He sent out a text, to Spence. He's like, "Hey, let's bet on that game." But more enough, basically he said, "Don't let your size get to your head. I beat you, bro. I beat you." Now, just a quick little numbers on that. The Crawford and Spence. Crawford is 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. And technically, he's listed as an orthodox fighter, but we know he's a switch hitter. Now, I think for these two fighters, ring experience does not matter. But I'm a one who kind of likes rounds, because I feel if a certain fighter has so many rounds and they have not improved by certain rounds, you can kind of see that that's just who they are. Crawford has 168 rounds of professional fighting experience against 95 rounds of Spence, who is a southpaw. Even though we know Crawford can match him for southpaw, and Spence is 5'9", so he has an inch on Crawford, and he has a 2-inch reach with a 72-inch reach. Now, that fight is going to be a very intelligent fight. It has the possibility of doing all types of things. That fight, it could be an outside fight. It could be from a distance fight. It could be an inside fight, and Spence could bring it to Crawford. But at the same time, Crawford, we all know Crawford has that dog. If you hit Crawford, he's going to want to hit you back. Whereas you hit Spence, he'll take the hit and kind of just stick to the game plan. So it's going to be real interesting. Will Crawford be on the outside using his, as we've seen Crawford could use the ring very well. Jab, and you can't catch him. And it's so deadly is he could change. He could hop from the left. He could hop to the right, hit you to the right, hit you with the left. You don't know where Crawford's coming from. He's going to be check hooking you, going down low with the hits. Whereas Spence, we know kind of how the game plan goes. Now, his last fight against Lamont Peterson, we actually saw Spence actually try to use some feet for the first time. Now, inside, outside, how's the fight going to go? We don't know. That's why we want to see it. If you want my opinion right now, as of right now, I say Spence knocks out Crawford in a shocking knockout. It'd be like 9th round, 10th round. He knocks Crawford out. But he walks him down like he said he would. Because in the interview, he said, "I beat him. I just walk him down, outbox him, and I walk him down and probably stop him." I agree. I think he has stopped Crawford like in the 10th, 11th round. That is my point of view as of right now. Now, until that fight happens, who knows? They could degenerate. Something could change in their fighting styles. But right now, I got Spence knocking Crawford out, stopping him. Now, moving on, right here on the RT Boxing Show. I am your host, Mr.A. Introduce myself again. Now, we will move on to the 12.5. We're going to end the show with Katie Taylor and her road to the undisputed, because pretty good thing, pretty good. Now, on the 12.5, Anthony Joshua's team sent Deontay Wilder the offer. Hey, this is it. No get back, no answering. 12.5 million. Take it or leave it. If you don't want to fight me next, fine, because I got Povetkin, who I was ordered by the WBA. Now, you have two sides. You're either going to be on this side or that side. Take the money, don't take the money, Wilder. Now, in saying that, you also had to be on other sides of when these conversations have happened before in boxing. And let's go. More recently, the three most recent similar negotiation. I guess you could say, what's the word we're talking here? Just the one payment. I can't think of it right now. But when GGG was offering Danny Jacobs, here, you take this, and Jacobs are like, no, I'm worth more There's no one on the market that could give you a better fight than me. And remember, everyone, where you said, hey, Danny Jacobs, take that money? Or were you on the side of saying, you know what, GGG, pay him more, man. He's worth more than that. You know? But that was kind of a percentage guy right there. Now, there was also two different flat rates, just flat payment. The high famous one was Floyd Mayweather Jr. And you already know it. So when I say Floyd Mayweather Jr., his flat rate. Manny Pacquiao, take $40 million. And some people were like, oh, Floyd's trying to lowball Pacquiao. He's trying to cheat him. And then you had some people out there like, hey, Pacquiao, you need to shut up and take that $40 million, bro. $40 million's $40 million. But we all knew how much money that fight was going to make. And we saw how much money that fight made. So was $40 million a lowball offer? Or was it, hey, shut up and take it? You know? And then you have the most recent one was last year. Remember, does anyone remember 13 million? Or do you remember 10 million? Then it went up to 13 million. Does anyone remember those numbers? Yes. We are talking Canelo and Triple G. Remember Canelo's flat offer? Take this 10 million. Okay, fine. Take this 13 million. And everyone was saying like, what? Triple G deserves more than 10 million? He deserves more than 13 million? That's going to be a hot fight. And what happened? Triple G held out and got paid. So, is 12.5 a low ball offer? Do you shut up and take it? Or do you like do what the rest of the people do? Like, don't rob me. Pay me. Pay me. Because we know Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua is going to be a paid fight. It's going to be that money making fight. People working the stadiums going to make money. Selling those hot dogs are going to make money. Selling those drinks are going to make money. The people in the parking lot is going to make money. So there, promoters, fighters, trainers, everyone's going to get money. So it's 12.5 a low ball offer. Do you shut up and take it? Previous past people didn't shut up and take it, and look how they made out. So you got to think about it, people. Like I said, this is not a biased channel here. This is Ready Talk Boxing. So you can sit here and say AJ did this in so many fights and got 4 belts. Wilder fought nothing but bums. I don't care. He's a champ. He's a champ. So that's trying to say if you're at your job and you've been there 10 years, but you're real good at your job now in these 10 years, and then you got this guy who just comes in who's been there for 2 years. Man, he's good. He's good. He knows what he's doing. But are you going to say like, hey, you know what? He did that in 2 years. Yeah, he's better than me. Give him the money. I don't deserve it. He did that in 2 years. And it took me 10 years to get this smart. So yeah, he's better than me. We got the same job. We could do the same stuff, but he's better than me because he did it. No, you're going to be like, I don't give a fuck how long, if he did it in 2 years. I could do it too. Pay me that money too. So there's no bias here. You are excellent at your job, and this guy is excellent at his job. Someone got there quicker. Who cares? You're both excellent at your job. You want to get paid. Wilder took a long route. AJ got it there. If we could go deeper into the whole thing, Wilder learning on the job, blah, 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 but I ain't going to do that. They're both champions. And like I said, I don't care. It's not important why they got to where they're at right now. They're champions. And remember, yes, AJ has 4 belts. Wilder's been champion longer than AJ. Oh, Wilder hasn't fought no one. Who's trying to fight Wilder? Klitschko wasn't trying to fight Wilder. Oh, AJ beat Klitschko. Very true. But Klitschko didn't have no belt. Remember, the WBA belt was vacant. And Team Eddie Hearn and Joshua and Klitschko somehow got the WBA to put that vacant belt into a title shot with AJ. Now, Klitschko could have easily talked to the WBA and be like, hey, I want to fight Wilder, but can you put that vacant belt into the title shot against Wilder? That didn't happen. Did Parker go after Wilder's belt? No. So don't say AJ is that much better. Or I hate when I do that. Don't say AJ is better because he beat these people. Those people went for a paycheck. That's all you can say. AJ gets you paid. But you know what? We're not talking about that. We're talking about two champions getting in the ring. So all that other crap is useless, mindless information. One champ doesn't want to fight another champ. And he's lowballing him. Just, the $40 million of Floyd to Pacquiao, a low ball. Triple G offer from Canelo, a low ball. So why is this 12.5 looked at as any different? Or unless you were one of those people on the whole time, Pacquiao, take that $40 million. Triple G, take that $13 million. Danny Jacobs, shut up, get your 20%. Remember he ended up getting like 35 or something? Unless you're one of those people who was the whole time saying, Jacobs, take your percentage, Pacquiao, take your 40, Triple G, take your 10 or take your 13, then okay, yeah, Wilder, shut up and take your 12.5. Now, Wilder said he would take anything they offered as long as they put in a contract to reverse it. They said no reversing. So if he publicly said, I take a low money if you do this, now, if they don't take it, then that's what that is. Now, me, on another hand, this is what I think of that situation. This is what Mr.A thinks on the Double RT Boxing Show, the Ready Talk Boxing Show. That's what we're doing. We're talking that boxing. We are talking that boxing. I think it is a clever diversion. We're going to take it back, walk back a couple weeks, couple months. I think it was brilliantly planned. This is just Mr. A's thoughts. We're going to take into a Mr. A's little thought section right here. And if you are new to the show, a new viewer, you know Mr. A has his Mr. A's thoughts. Now, Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Joshua, he's been very, very clever at planting little seeds here and there. And they're coming along. They're going in the dirt. The water is sprinkling on the seeds, and it's starting to grow. It's starting to sprout into life. Now, remember, Eddie Hearn was saying, we have to get this fight done. We have to get this fight done by the end of the year. Because we don't, mandatories are going to start popping up. That's one little seed he was planting. Oh, we don't need Wilder. We have fights out there. We have White. Joshua would love to fight White again. He would love to fight White. That's a hot fight. Oh, we could go to US and make our USA debut against Miller. That's what we could do. We could fight Miller. Now, why mention those names? Yes, are they good fights? Of course. But this is Mr. A's thoughts, and listen to me, folks. Listen to me and hear it out and tell me in the comment section, what do you think of this Mr. A's thoughts? The first one he plants out, the WBA, the mandatories. We have mandatories. The WBA just mandated Povetkin. And it's real funny that that's when they send the offer. Not this whole time Deontay Wilder's been calling him out before Parker. No, they didn't want to negotiate with Wilder during that time. Not at all. No. But hey, after I beat Parker, I still don't want to negotiate with you. But once the WBA mandates that mandatory, here comes a lowball offer. Oh, we tried to make the fight. He didn't want that 12.5 million. Come on, bro. No one's gonna. If you know your friend has a car and you want to buy that car, he's like, hey, all right, better yet, he wants to buy your car. He wants to buy your car off you. I give you $10,000. You're like, bro, my car is worth like fucking 20. No, man, it's take it or leave it. I know you need the money. This is gonna be the most money you have in your bank account, bro. I've been knowing you for a long time. I know your bank account don't have 10 G's in it. Here, come on, bro. My car is worth at least 20. Hey, when's the last time you had 10 G's in your bank account? You never had 10 G's in your bank account. You know what I mean? He's trying to lowball. So it sends him a purposely lowball. Knowing Wilder ain't going to get it. Hey, we tried to offer him. Oh, well, Wilder took too long to negotiate. We were mandated by the WBA. And like Eddie Hearn said, if Wilder takes too long, the mandates are going to start coming around. The mandates. Beautiful, beautiful seed planted. Eddie Hearn's going to say, well, I told you guys, if we don't make this fight at the end of the year, we're going to start getting hit mandates. And Wilder took too long, and Povetkin, WBA, our first mandate, we can't fight now. Beautiful seed number one. Seed number two. Oh, Joshua would love to fight White again, even though he knocked his ass out. There's no belts on the line. But now there's no reason to fight White. He brings nothing to the table. Joshua could lose all 4 belts. Oh, it's a rival hometown rematch. Wilder will bring more money to Joshua than White will in a match, you know? So will Wilder be, I mean, White might take less for the fight, but another one. Why was he White being named? You know? Pulev, and it was Dominic Brazil, was going to be mandated into a fight. And all of a sudden, it becomes White and Pulev. Joshua would love to fight White again. Oh, that's a great fight. Now, if White wins, he's an IBF mandatory. That's 2 mandatories, Wilder. You messed up. Now we got 2 mandatories. We got Povetkin and White. Oh, we can go and fight Miller. We could fight Miller. If Miller wins, we could fight him in the USA. So if Miller beats Duhaupas, who is ranked number 3 by the WBO, you don't think he's going to be bumped up? Because right now, number 1 is Alexander Povetkin. And he's already the WBA. So Alexander Povetkin is the WBA and the WBO man number 1. So if Miller wins against Duhaupas, I'm pretty sure he's going to be bumped up to number 2 or number 1. And there's a mandate. Wilder, you took so long. Now we've been ordered 3 mandates, and it just happened to be the 3 names that Eddie Hearn was talking about this whole time leading into this. Beautiful job, Eddie Hearn. Beautiful. Planted it in a row for the fans. Oh, you know, we got mandates. We got Povetkin. That's a good fight. We got White. That's a good fight. Joshua wants to fight those guys. Oh, we got Miller. We could do our US debut against. Oh, wait a minute. Those 3 guys are mandates? Well, I told you a long time ago those would be good fights for for Joshua. And now they're mandates. Sorry, Wilder, you took too long. We just happen to fight these mandates that we've just been mentioning so much in advance. Oh, gosh. Oh, yikes. You know, that is Mr. A's thoughts. What do you think about that? Huh? Kind of fishy. I think it's all hogwash. I don't think they want to fight Wilder. You know, it's too much money to be made, and offering someone 12.5 is just a good enough way to prolong it long enough to fight those 3 mandatories. My ideal is, and people say like, oh, mandatory unifications trump mandates. No, they don't. If the champion don't want it, he don't have to do that unification bout. And there's been times when the IBF don't go for it. They do their mandates first. So people say like, oh, we know that unification is no, they don't trout mandates. It's if an organization don't want to do it, the organization don't want to do it, the champion don't want to do it. It's 2 things. So just because there's a unification doesn't mean it has to happen. It's an organization bodies agreeing to it. It just normally they agree over a mandate because they want the best for the sport, and also the unification brings them more money. So usually they agree to the unification, but it doesn't trump a mandate spot. So don't think a unification comes first automatically. No. False information. Now, what can happen is Wilder accepts this money, goes over there. Now, taking, he wins, knocks him out. Because there's no way I see Wilder winning that fight on these. There's no way Wilder can outbox Joshua. This fight is so dangerous because Joshua can knock Wilder out. It just won't be with a one-hit wonder. It'll be technical skills. It'll be just like all Joshua's knockout. Joshua doesn't knock you out with just one clean hit. The dude drops bombs after bombs after bombs after bombs on you. So he can knock Wilder out, or what I think is what he's going to do is just simply outbox Wilder. Like, who doesn't outbox Wilder? Everyone outboxes. Duhaupas was giving Wilder hell with that jab. Washington was giving him hell with that jab. Luis Ortiz jabbing him. So only a dumb, super hard Wilder fan is going to say AJ can't outbox and win an easy 10-2, 8-4. AJ could easily beat Wilder in a unanimous decision. Easily. So he has two ways to win that fight. Simply outboxing him, which is probably the easiest thing in the world for AJ. And then if it gets really easy, he can knock him out with just accumulation of hits. Now, we know the only way Wilder could win is to knock AJ out. So it's not in his favor, folks. It's that I like Wilder. I'm a U.S. guy, just like the UK's like Joshua. But hey, like I said, there is no bias here. This is the Ready Talk Boxing Show, and AJ could outbox Wilder very easy. He got the body game, and that's my biggest thing. If they fight, what I think is going to separate that fight, AJ's going to be tearing his body up. Wilder has no body game, and let alone he gets hit with a jab. Now, how is Wilder going to win that fight? Joshua has no defense. He backs up in a straight line. Doesn't really show much head movement. He's pretty good, but we see him. He gets hit with the right hand, and we know what we boom right hand Wilder bomb squad. We know it. So that is that. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. 2 ways to win against 1 ways to win. You got to favor who's going to win that match. 2 ways to win, 1 way to win. That 1 way is coming with sticks of dynamite. This one is coming with some carefully planted C4. Dynamite, C4, go plant it. So however you want to see the explosion, 2, 1. It's a tough one. Tough one. Now, before we move on, let's go a quick recap. Adonis and Stevenson Bottle Jack might get canceled because Alvarez is not taking his step-aside money. Why you been taking it this whole time before? Now that he knows he has a real good ball in his court, he's playing hardball. He wants that $1 million over 2 fights, and he wants to fight the winner next. Jojo Diaz and Gary Russell Jr., they're like, bro, don't fuck up our opportunity, man. This is a high fight for me and Russell, me and Diaz on Showtime, so don't mess this up, Alvarez. He can mess up the whole. Alvarez is trying to put a nice little Colombian turd in the punch bowl. So that's that. And then we go on to the Spence and Crawford text. Crawford saying, "I'm going to beat you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And I'm saying right here, Spence is going to knock Crawford out. Not easily. It's been a very competitive fight, but I think he walks him down, knocks him out, stops him at least. I don't know if he's going to sleep him, but he stops him. The 12.5 low ball. Hearn got 3 mandatories. Povetkin, I think White's going to beat Pulev, and Miller's going to beat Duhaupas. He's going to fight those 3 guys, and we're not going to see Wilder and Joshua until like end of 19 or maybe early 20. That's my point of view. I hope I'm wrong. Leave a comment down below whether you think I'm wrong or not. And what now we're going to move on to, folks, and I'm happy to talk about this because this is a very interesting one. It's an undisputed champion within the first 2 years of her career, Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor, as someone mentioned, was it the the Warlick or the Warwick. I forgot where she's from. Warrior. Now she is the WBA champion, lightweight champion. She got that belt from Anna Sanchez because Anna Sanchez lost the belt on the scale, so it only became available for, I believe it was a vacant title, I believe it was. Or was it Anna Sanchez and she just lost it on the scales? I think she lost it on the scales. And so Katie Taylor got that in a unanimous decision. Now her next fight is coming up against the nice boxer Victoria Bustos on the Johnny Jacobs card against the Lucky. IBF, I believe Katie Taylor is going to outbox her because I do believe Victoria Bustos is a good boxer, but she just can't handle speed. Speed is her kryptonite. And I'm talking about hand speed. When you punch fast with her and you make her speed up, Victoria Bustos, she's a good mover, but she likes to control everything. When you make her fight, she starts doing, her shot starts getting wide, and she's kind of loose. You know, she's not the tight Katie Taylor, but she's kind of loose. So when she starts throwing wide, you know, just to try and get away, Katie Taylor's gonna be digging that shit in the body, and she's a young girl. I think she's like 24, 25. So it's gonna be young Ken. Will Katie Taylor break her? Does the youngin have the mental fortitude to hang in there with a brute as Katie Taylor? Now, like I said, Victoria Bustos is the IBF champion, so there's a good chance Katie Taylor, by the end of this month, could be 2 belts away from undisputed. Now, where are those belts located? That's why we're talking about this, because no one knows where they are, but Mr. A is going to tell you. The WBC is with Dafun Pearson, the German. 40-1. She's 41 years old, I believe. Hellified jab, and she's a come forward fighter, jabbing her ass all day, trying to work you. I think Katie Taylor knocks her out. You know, as much as Dafun Pearson is a good fighter, I think Katie Taylor could. Katie Taylor's defense flaws is against the jab, and Pearson's jab is dangerous. So maybe she'd be able to hit Katie Taylor enough with it, but I think Katie Taylor's speed and overall body work will be able to defeat Pearson. Now, the trouble for Katie Taylor is going to lie in Mr. A's opinion in the WBA route. That road is going to be bumpy for Katie Taylor. Rose Valentine, who happens to be fighting this 21st, folks. She's fighting. So if you're interested in Katie Taylor and her road to discover, you need to check out a fight on the 21st. The WBO champion, Katie Taylor's future opponent, is fighting this month on the 21st. Rose Valentine. She's taking on Loris Barbua, who's 8-0. Now, we could do a breakdown of this fight. We are going to do a breakdown of this fight. Loris Barbua is an 8-0, 4 KOs orthodox fighter. She's 32 rounds of experience, 28 years old. She's 5'7", while Rose is 5'5.5" with a 67.5-inch reach. Can't find the reach on Lourdes. But 61 rounds of experience at 32. 35 years old for Rose. So Katie Taylor is 31. Rose is 35. So they're right in that age. Rose might be a little... See, age is a little more hard to tell on the female side because you don't know how active they are getting fights. So they could really be an old for their age in boxing terms. Now, Rose is 12-0 with 6 KOs, orthodox. Lourdes has better movement. She's a mover around the ring. She's a 1-2er, but she kind of like her legs for movement is better than Rose. But Rose digs shots in with her power. She has power from her legs. Like I said, 50% knockout artist. Defensively, Lourdes is just on the outside, but when she throws, she leaves herself open. She has fast hands. So she'll throw a 1-2 with a slappy left hook or a right hook and a slappy hooks. Body game's a little slappyish, but it's there. But offensively, Rose has great timing, great counter, throwing with you. I'm choosing Rose to knock Lornez out because Rose has what it takes. To me, you gotta fight Katie Taylor this way. And I think Rose is gonna knock out Lornez in somewhere in a 10-round bout. If she doesn't knock her out, she's gonna win by a decision. I say she knocks her out like in 7 rounds. Nah, it'll go decision. Because I think Lornez has the movement to kind of eat some time up on rounds. So we're going Rose on that fight. But now back to the Katie Taylor road to undisputed. Rose has the key factor in what it takes to beat Katie Taylor. Besides a jab, you got to know what's coming, and you got to say, you know what? If that's coming, I got something coming with you on that. And now, if you watch my breakdown and prediction video about Katie Taylor and Victoria Bustos, I said Katie Taylor is like Lomachenko and Amir Khan. They're so damn good at boxing. The only flaw is they unconsciously go in a rhythm. And Katie Taylor is like a three-punch machine. You could throw with her. It's just that most opponents are so scared of getting their ass whooped, they don't throw with her. Rose throws hard. You go to hit her, she's like Danny Garcia. She throws with you, and she looks to be first, and she looks to throw with you. And that is Katie, and Katie's head is right there where she throws. Katie throws wide, people. Katie throws some wide body hooks, and her head is wide open. And when she's throwing low with some low arms, I'm telling you, if you've never seen Rose fight, check her out. This girl has power, and she throws head-hunting hooks right with you. So she can definitely, like I said, she's 35 years old. She got a nice solid frame like Katie. She packs the power. And from what I've seen of her, she's not scared to get hit, and she's definitely aiming to throw with you. And that is a deadly recipe for Katie Taylor, who is just used to no one firing back on her. So when she fires, she's open. So it's a deadly, like I said, what's going to have to be a deadly, the WBO path is going to be deadly. If it's Rose, it's deadly. If Lornez somehow beats Rose, Katie Taylor, undisputed, easily by the end of 2019. Can she beat Rose? I think we're going to see the best Katie Taylor. I think Katie Taylor is going to be, we're going to see a moving Katie Taylor. For the first time in her short career, we're going to see a ring generalship Katie Taylor. Stick and move. Because to me, Katie Taylor can't fight. I don't see Katie Taylor just abusing Rose Valentine. I don't see it. This is the one fight I don't see Katie Taylor doing normal Katie Taylor stuff and just abusing her with her onslaught offense for defense. She's going to need a defense for Rose's well-timed hooks, well-timed body. So if she goes in there just normal, doing her thing, it's gonna be a Danny Garcia on Amir Khan. What the hell just happened to Katie Taylor? Is she gonna get knocked out? I'm telling you guys. Rose will knock Katie Taylor. If not knock her out, she's gonna knock her down. She hits hard, and if you think it's like Danny Garcia, well-timed, and you know in boxing, timing can defeat a lot of things. Defeats speed. It defeats power. Katie Taylor don't got timing. She could be timed. That's what that is. So again, if you're a Katie Taylor fan, I see her having no problem collecting the IBF. I think she's gonna spark right through. And I like Victoria Bustos a lot. I like her a lot. You know, I just don't think she could. I know she can't fight at a fast pace that Katie Taylor is going to bring to her. So I think Katie Taylor is going to spark Victoria Bustos. I think she sparks the phone person after about 5 rounds. Katie Taylor is going to figure out that jab and just kill her. But the WBO Rose Valentine, If there's anyone who's going to beat Katie Taylor out of those champions, not only will she beat Katie Taylor, if Katie Taylor goes to her normal fight and not use ring generalship, she's going to get knocked out or knocked down multiple times against Rose. Because Rose can match her for power on the body shots. She probably can't match her on the 3-hit combination speeds, but she can match her with combos. She can match her for all the punches for punches. Katie hasn't fought someone who could actually fight her back the same way she fights people, and Rose can. Like I said, she can't do the speed, but timing beats speed, and she has that timing down pat. And it's dangerous. Like I said, if you have not watched her, you don't know who she is, go check her out. The girl could throw well-placed time. You go to hit her, boom, she's hitting you. You go to throw enough, boom, she hits you. She's good at timing. She hits them hard. She's in good position. You know, she's not just straight up when she hits. You know, she ducks down. She ducks. You know, so if Katie tries to hit her, her head's not in a straight line like Katie's. She's good at it. She's good. It's a dangerous. Like I said, I would love to see Katie get an undisputed. I'm a Katie fan. I won't mind seeing Katie get undisputed. And then the only one I like better than Katie, I like Chantel. Chantel could go whoop Katie Taylor's ass and get all those belts. I think that'd be awesome. But Katie Taylor, road to undisputed. The only bumps in it for me, I see are the WBO bumps. You know, it's not impossible, but it's not going to be an easy road to drive. That is a Double RT Boxing Show. Hope you're entertained. New viewers, I hope you're entertained. I hope you become new subscribers. I hope I got some thumbs up from this. I hope I, entertained all the old subscribers, my loyal subscribers, my 301 subscribers. It'd be awesome if I get 301 thumbs up. But these shows only get about 20 viewings. So out of 20 viewings, I hope I get about... I'm always pushing for an average of 10. That is the goal I'm asking for the audience. Please give this show. This is your show, the boxing show, where there's no bias. This is just real talking on the Ready Talk Boxing Show. We talk boxing here. We discuss great topics, not just same old meal topics. So let's try and get this show 10 thumbs up. Your show, the Double RT Boxing Show. I'm just the host, Mr. A, of your show. Thank you for your support.